Hey, good morning, team. Welcome to, oh, let me put my glasses on. Welcome to week 5 of OS 210, Organizational Communication. Week 5, can you believe it? We got 2 more weeks left? Two. Count them. One, two. Ha, 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 ha. Right? So, anyways, we are week 5. This week, we are going to read chapter 9. This is on conflict resolution. Important thing to remember with conflict is that conflict isn't always a fight, right? Conflict just is. Conflict is a disagreement. We have these all the time in the workplace. Our communication style and how we approach conflict really dictates what people remember. You know, that's our legacy, is how we make people feel, especially how we handle conflict. Think about people you've worked with in the past. They could have been the most competent people technically wise, but generally what you remember is how they managed conflict. Like, how many times have we heard, wow, you know, that guy was one hell of a mechanic, but what a jerk, right? Excuse me. So, we're going to be talking about conflict. The most popular model out there is called the Thomas Kilmann conflict resolution model. Provided a link. I couldn't find any free assessments. They're kind of tight on the money because you got to pay for an assessment. But it shows you a model. Now let me get out my whiteboard of power here. Right? Oh, this is it. This is the whiteboard of power. What the Thomas Kilmann model says is you have assertiveness and cooperativeness. We are either driven by our assertiveness or we want to cooperate when we are faced with conflict. So if I am low at the bottom, low assertiveness, low confrontation, or cooperativeness, excuse me, it's called avoiding. If I am high, right, in assertiveness and low and cooperative, then I'm in a competing, right? So it's my way, it's my interest, it's my needs that matter, not yours. If I am high cooperative but low in assertiveness, well, that's called an accommodating style, where, okay, I see your desires, I see your needs. I may not have any fight in this battle. If I'm up here in the upper quadrants where I'm high cooperative and high assertiveness, well, that's called a collaborating style. Let's work on this. I have an interest in this. You have an interest in this. And let's work together to come with a common theme. Now, right in the middle, where we're not high, but we're middle in everything, this is called a compromising style. And none are better than the others. It's just you have a default that you generally want to go to, and you don't want to be in one too much, right? Because if you are always fighting, even when it seems like you really have no interest in it, that's what people remember. So, okay. So, anyways, we have discussion boards this week. One discussion board, and it was supposed to be a video discussion board, but I changed it back to a regular discussion board. And we're going to identify some burnouts and stressors in our workplace. Like I said, we're going to read chapter 9. We're going to talk about, uh, let's see, SMART goals for our communication plan. So this is what we're doing this week with our communication plan. We came up with our mission and vision statements. We did a SWOT analysis. Now we're going to look at the SWOT analysis and come up with some strategic and tactical SMART goals. 3. Let's do 3. So, looking at our SWOT analysis, where would I want to take my company? And so we come up with a broad, SMART goal, and then come up with a tactic to implement that SMART goal. So, for instance, well, let's start and remember what SMART stands for, right? A specific goal, it's measurable, it's attainable, it's realistic, and it's time. So, an example of a SMART goal would be if I wanted to lose weight, right? If I wanted to lose 100 pounds this month, well, that's not really realistic, not really attainable. So a goal would be want to lose 10 pounds within 3 weeks. And so, yeah, there we go. It's specific, it's measurable 10 pounds. It's attainable. Yeah, that can be done. It's realistic. Yeah. And there's a time that's very important within 3 weeks. Because without a time, who knows when it's going to be complete. So let's look at our communication. Let's say your mission statement said that you care for the development of your employees and the security of your employees. But when you did your SWOT analysis, you noticed that you have overemployment. You have employees that are doing nothing, and you need to expand, not either expand or lay off. So, how would we write that SMART goal? Would you expand? What if the market in your SWOT analysis says there's no room for an expansion? So you now have to lay people off. Well, that goes against your mission statement, right? So let's look at a SMART goal for that. To equalize, to, and I'm just making this up as you can tell, to minimize loss with the reduction of employees through the use of gainful employment. Okay, so there's a strategic goal. It's within 6 months. It has to. You have to have. So, but that really doesn't say anything. Gainful employment of employees. Well, how are we going to tactical? Now the next level, right? So that was the strategical. So our tactical level. Let's say now uh, to re-employ 10% of the workforce in an emerging market to, I don't know, within 6 months, yeah, to reemploy employees within a growing market within the company within 6 months. Okay. It's still a little vague because I'm wondering what that emerging market is. It could be a new industry, it could be, but still, we're looking at reemploying within 6 months or diversifying. So that's kind of where we're going with that. Like I said, just come up with three strategic, three tacticals that will support the strategic. It all should be aligned. You should all be seeing this. That hey, I got a mission and vision statement. We did a SWOT analysis. Now let's do some SMART goals based on our SWOT analysis that support our mission and vision. Hmm, this is how communication works. And remember, at the end of this course, the final project is your communication plan. So hopefully you have been taking in my inputs and feedback that I've been given and making some little tweaks to your communication plan. Uh, so yeah. Anyways, the final week, you're just going to be handing that in, and there's a final exam, much like the midterm exam. There's a final, about the same. Got some questions, some short answers, and stuff like that. We've all experienced some Blackboard issues, so thanks for keeping me up to date on those and keeping Goodwin up to date. Hopefully that didn't hurt anything. So yeah, good job. Okay, Dave out.